Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be like a blog. I'm at Round Table Pizza where we're doing Autism Awareness Volunteer Meeting. In all the 8 years that I've done the march, I've never asked for any help, never had sponsors, donations, nothing. Everything was done from my heart. We invested a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of work into this for my son and for all the people that are autistic, to spread the awareness to my community, my family, my friends, my job, the world, everywhere that I could reach out to people. So the guests aren't here yet, and my friend is my co-host, Edith, and so I forgot my phone, so she had to go back home to get my phone. I feel so bad. But we got all, like, my posters that I normally carry in the march, including those. My daughter drew that of my son. That's how my son exactly looked. That one says honk for autism. And that one says light it up blue. And then it has the autism ribbon. And then that one with all the pictures is near and dear to my heart. It's called The Phase of Autism, which has the pictures of my son from the time he was born to the present time. And it shows how you can have what you think is a normal, healthy baby. And they look normal as they grow. But as you're with them for a while, you know that there's something that just isn't as normal as it should be. And even though he's my hero and he's my angel, my best friend, and he's a genius and I love him to death, and he's so smart and loving and stuff like that, but you know, he's autistic for a reason. So that's why we need to bring the awareness to educate people on what autism is, what it's all about, what are the resources, information, educate people and help people in any way we can to bring this to the forefront. That one's called Missing Pieces, which is a song that's near and dear to my heart, which the puzzle piece is the symbol of autism. And there's a song by Mark Leland that's called Missing Pieces, which is so touching, so sweet. Check it out on YouTube. And he did it for a friend, and all the proceeds go to autism research. So it just gives some information about autism, like 1 in every 68 children are diagnosed with autism, with I think it's well, the majority of them, I gotta look up the number now, being boys. It happens more in boys than in girls, but we make sure that even though it happens more in boys than girls, that we still remember our girls. And it used to be 1 in every 94, with 70 being boys. So I'm thinking it's like 48 or something being boys now, since it's 1 in every 68. So, and also there's 4 colors, which is red, yellow, dark blue, and like a light to medium blue. It represents just the diversity. It can happen at any age, more so than any culture. So it's the diversity of autism, and the puzzle piece, because we don't have a cause and we don't have a cure. And so even though I wouldn't trade my son for nothing in the world, if God said, I'll trade you for a normal, healthy kid, I would keep my son. Because there's a reason why he was meant to be with me, and God gave him to me, and I thank him for it. He's my blessing. So, but we do need to bring the awareness, because every year more and more children are diagnosed with autism. And even if we don't have a cure, because some are more severe than others. My son is between moderate and severe. He's high functioning, so he's completely autistic, completely. And he has all the signs and everything of autism, so that's where the severity goes. But the moderate comes where he's high functioning, so he has that genius that autistic people have. And so, yeah, so I've done this march. I created the first and only march here in my town, and it's been 8 years. This will be our 8th year. We march every April 2nd, which is World Autism Awareness Day, even though the whole month of April is Autism Awareness Month. And then I do other events throughout the year, like July 18th is Autism Pride Day, so forth. And so I do a Light It Up Blue event, which kind of this is going to turn into that, which I normally do it the day before the march. But for the first time, people really, really wanted to help and volunteer, and it meant the world to them. And I thought, okay, let's try this, see how it works, because you know, it gets sad when I remember going to a printing shop and saying, hey, I wasn't going in there to ask for a discount or help or anything, but I just wanted to know how their shirts was done, because we do our own shirts every year. And thank you.
You're welcome. How many plates do you need? I brought out just 5.
One of the servers brought one of our pizzas in, but what was I saying? So yeah, I went in there to inquire. I said, okay, we work so hard on those shirts, and it's really like a lot of work, and it was getting exhausting sometimes because they become more and more creative. I just went in there just to inquire, and she goes, we can't give you a discount. I'm like, I didn't ask you for a discount. And she goes, even though my son is autistic, but we just can't do it. And I'm like, that's even worse. You shouldn't have even said that. I said, because if you have a son that's autistic and you're not fighting for his rights or his needs or his happiness or anything, and you talk like that, you probably shouldn't be a mother of an autistic child. I said, and furthermore, I didn't ask you for anything. And I said, and I went ahead and I said, just wanted to check out the shirts, and the shirts were horrific. We do a whole much better job. It was like crooked, the coloring was off, it was just hard. And then they charged like $25 a shirt with me providing the shirt, not them. And then the paper, they just, nothing was right, and then they had the audacity to talk like that. So it kind of like, and then I've gone to food places and say, okay, I need so many pizzas for much as much. We can't donate this to you. I'm like, I didn't ask you for that. So things like that, even though I never had any intention or desire to ask anybody for help, because this is done from my heart, because I love my son to death. This is my passion. I vowed when he was diagnosed to be his biggest advocate, to fight for his rights, his happiness, his everything. I never had any intentions or desire to ask you for help, but to be just approached like that is like, okay, I really would never ask for help. But this year, the March gets bigger and bigger and more special and special, and people, it really meant a lot for them to try to help and do something. They wanted to be a part of it, and I saw it coming from their hearts. So I said, okay, for the first time, I'm going to try this and see how it goes. We already got one epic fail. We went to Walmart, and I'll say it. We went to Walmart here in my town, and they said, I need a tax ID. I'm like, I don't have a tax ID because I don't do this as a, so actually my friend went because she said, let me do that part, because we came up with this idea to do a bake sale, and it just seemed like a really amazing idea. A lot of people do baked goods and stuff, and they said, oh, you need a tax ID. And I'm like, I don't have a tax ID because I never did this as a business or a profit thing, or, oh my God, I'm going to make some of that. I did this from my heart, because I love my son with everything I have, and because I vowed to be his biggest advocate. It wasn't made to be a business or to gain something from it or anything. And then that just like pissed me off, because I'm like, you know, all these people that come here and sell things and do petitions and stuff, you ask them for a tax ID. And then I feel like this, I have nothing against the homeless, because I really think that a lot of them struggle with mental illness or really have been through a lot in their life, and they have no other choice. Really, sometimes I want to go out there and give them blankets and stuff, and I really pray for them and everything, but I feel like they have a lot of homeless out there that's parked out there that's panhandling. I'm like, did you ask them for tax ID? This is going for a cause, a real good cause, and something from the heart, passion for my son, not to be a business or gain anything from it. It's just to go towards the march to make it more bigger and special. Just like really pissed me off, really hurt me to the core. So, and you know, a lot of grocery stores said the same thing. I'm doing Okay, everyone, I'm back. This is my best friend Edith over here that I've talked about before, because she teases me about my words. So this is my buddy. She's doing the Autism Awareness Volunteer Meeting with me here at Round Table. So we're just waiting for the guests. Pizza's here. We'll get our drinks in a few minutes. So hopefully we have a pretty good turnout, and see if we could brainstorm and get some good ideas for the march and stuff. Like I was saying earlier, we got an epic fail from Walmart. Stupid people. But I guess everything has to be a business these days, and I refuse to turn this into a business as of now. So we'll just have to brainstorm and see what else we come up with. Right, Edith?
We got this.
We got this. We got how many more days for autism? Today's the 10th. 22 more days. I want to say 22 more days. The 10th. 31. 23, actually. 23 more days for the March, which is April 2nd, World Autism Awareness Day. So I think it's going to be pretty special. Especially because I got my friend helping me here.
We got this.
I'm not all on my own stressing, even though I stress all the time. This time of the year, a lot of tears come out, a lot of headaches, a lot of stress. But it's all for my son and all the autistic children and adults around the world. So it's worth all those tears and stress and headaches. But you just always want it to be as perfect as possible. And so it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of work that we're putting into this, a lot of time, and of course a lot of money. We're trying to make it easier on us financially. But if it doesn't work out, it'll still be just as good. And we'll just have to keep moving on because this is a passion, and we're advocates for our children. She has an amazing little boy named Caden, and so this is something we're doing because we love our kids to death, and we're going to do this to the day we die. And so whether we have financial help or not, regular help or not, we're just going to make it as special as can be for the rest of our lives.
We have each other.
So we have each other. So now I don't feel so alone, even though I have my husband and my girls and my son and stuff. It's just nice to have a friend to hold you up and keep you encouraged and keep you strong. Because sometimes, when you do it just as a family, it can be really, you're just like frustrating with each other for a minute there. Then you're kind of, it's just a lot of work that even though it's like your husband and your children, you feel like you're just like gonna lose it for a minute there. So it's nice to just go to a friend and vent, and she knows what I'm going through. She knows how I feel. She knows what the struggle is. The struggle is real, people.
It's real.
It's very real. The things we've gone through, the journey is huge. The journey is deep. We have a lot of blessings, a lot of amazing times with our son. There's a reason why they were sent to us, but there's a lot of hard times too. So we take the good with the bad. And we wouldn't change anything for the world. If God came and said, I'll give you a normal, healthy boy and take yours back.
No, thank you.
Nope. I keep my little hero, my little blessing, because it just wouldn't be the same without them. So we're doing this for Caden and Alexis and all the other autistic children in this world. So hopefully we can get the word out there, and we can get people to support us, even if you can't come to our march. If you can just wear blue for Autism Awareness Day, that would be a lot of help. Because we know we'll feel the love, we'll feel the support, and then that will mean a lot to us right there. So that's what we're trying to spread. The people that can't come and that can just emotionally support us, and we're that blue to spread the awareness. We appreciate it very, very much. It means a lot to us. And the people that can join, well, that's great too. So we'll tell you all about that. We're going to pause for now, and just hopefully our guests will start trickling in, and we'll continue our vlog. Right, Edith? Bye. Well, here I am back again, taking a little break. This meeting didn't go as well as I would have liked to go. Only one person showed up other than me and my friend, and believe it or not, with that one person, she has an autistic son. It made a world of difference. And even though I'm disappointed and kind of hurt that my guest didn't show up, I only got a call from one friend who kindly told me she wasn't able to make it, which I appreciate that. Jack Siri, love you to death. I knew that if you could make it, you would have, but you really couldn't. And she still wants to help and be a part of it, and that means a lot to me. So thank you, Jack Siri, for the other people who I invited and didn't make it. I hope everything's okay, because you never know. Maybe something happened, God forbid. But it's really disappointing that for the first time that people offered to help, and then I finally accept, or try this out, and this is kind of what happened. So it's kind of disappointing. This is for such a good cause, and I just wanted to brainstorm. I provided the pizza and the drinks, and it's not cheap. But I didn't mind. I would spend my whole life savings for my son and autism, and so that's not really the problem. But I just would have liked to have my guests come and we can brainstorm and come up with some wonderful ideas, because I know they probably had some good ideas and my ideas, and put it together and we could have really conquered a lot. So I'm not going to lose hope. I'm moving on, because nothing's going to stop me for the rest of my life from doing what I have to do for my march and autism awareness and stuff like that. But I'll have to think about the volunteer type of thing, because I've done it for 8 years all on my own, and I did it with my whole heart, and I spent a lot of money. I invested a lot of time and work, and even though it can be stressful and hard, it's, like I said, my passion, and nothing will stop me. And so maybe I'll have to continue that route, but not going to give up totally yet. I got a couple more ideas, and I'm sure me and my family and my best friend Edith and whoever else ends up joining that, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful march. Like I said, each year it gets bigger and more special, and so I just have to do what I have to do. The struggle is real, people, but you know, there's a part of me that's still excited and looking forward to doing all the stuff that we have to do for autism. We already got our shirts. We're waiting to have those completed with the symbol and whatever else words that, you know, we're going to have imprinted on the shirts. We already got the shoes. I got the makeup ideas, accessories, all that. Then there's just having to get all the stuff that we provide at the march: the water, the drinks, the desserts, the food, the activities, the flyers, the slideshow. My daughter did a wonderful slideshow that I'll be sharing here on YouTube, and I hope you enjoy that. We also have a GoFundMe page, so if I link it up here, or that actually the slideshow that I'm going to put on here will have that information. So if you would like to donate or help in any way, my daughter did start a GoFundMe page to surprise me, see if we can get some help that way. And part of that is also to try to make my son's dream come true. Ever since he was a little boy, he wants to go to New York and see the Empire State Building and the Statue of Liberty. So if we can get something to make that dream come true, I don't want to leave this earth and not have his dream come true. That would just kill me. So part of it was for that, and part of it was for any help for our march. And so I'm looking forward to see how that goes. And we got a lot of ideas that, even though this volunteer meeting didn't go as well as we would have liked, we're still going to implement those ideas no matter what it takes, no matter what we have to do. And I'm just so excited for April 2nd and the whole month of April. So it's about 2 hours into the meeting, and like I said, only one person showed up. But it was, even that one person, we made a difference, and it was just really nice to have her and her son. And so my friend Edith went to go pick up my daughter, who just got done with her swimming meet, and she's going to bring her here, and then we're going to close off. If nobody comes by 6 o'clock, we're going to close off and continue.